Hello, my name is Alex, and I want to help you apply what you are learning about brain structures. Rather than just memorizing what each brain structure does, try applying this information to activities in your daily life. We can use the example of playing video games. Let's move to a different room so we don't disturb our gamer. First, we will discuss brain structures that are operating in the background. The medulla controls our breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. The reticular formation keeps us conscious. Now we can look at the brain structures involved in specific tasks while we are playing a video game. We use our senses while playing a video game, and the first place most sensory information goes in the brain is the thalamus. The thalamus then reroutes this information to the region of the brain that specializes in analyzing that type of sensory input. For example, the occipital lobe processes visual information, and the temporal lobe processes what we hear. In order to play a video game, we have to hold the controller and press the buttons. The motor cortex, which is part of the frontal lobe, is the brain region that controls voluntary muscle movements. The sensory cortex, which is part of the parietal lobe, is responsible for processing touch information from all over the body. This information is important because we need to know if we have a good grip on the controller and are pressing the right buttons. The parietal lobe, in general, also helps us know where our various body parts are at any particular time. Sound confusing? Basically, this means that the parietal lobe knows the locations of each finger, so that we do not have to take our eyes off of the TV screen to look at our fingers on the controller. The movement of our fingers also have to be planned, which is where the basal ganglia come in. The frontal lobe also plays a role in controlling voluntary movement, as well as focusing our attention on the video game and making decisions during the game. We also use our hippocampus to retrieve any relevant memories about the game that will be useful to the frontal lobe during the planning and decision-making process. Finally, playing a video game is enjoyable, and the hypothalamus is part of the reward center in the brain that allows us to feel pleasure. I hope this exercise has helped you better understand the brain and served as an example of how you can apply what you are learning to your everyday life.